I got a box here from CGC, so let's do an unboxing video. My name's Jim. I run this account called CGC Sports Illustrated. If you want to subscribe here on YouTube, that'd be awesome. If you got a question or think this is cool or stupid, drop a comment. While I'm getting this open, be sure to follow me on every social media platform. So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, eBay, Facebook. The Facebook group's really good. If you're not part of that group yet, it's really good. We got like 350 or so members now. It's a really good interactive group. It's the same username on all platforms. Just search CGC Sports Illustrated and you'll find things. I gotta get these facing the right way. Okay, you know the rules. I know what these issues are. I don't know what the grades are. Got a nice mix going on here. So several first covers. Actually one first cover. There's some kind of vintage, mostly modern, basketball, got a really cool boxing issue in here, so this is going to be fun. 5 slabs. I sent these in standard. Turnaround time on standard for these was probably 4 months-ish. So if you're trying to, CGC posts their projected wait times on the website, and it's great that they do that, but you've got to give them some plus or minus range on that. I've had some that come back quicker than the wait time. I've had plenty that come back longer than the wait time. So these took about 4 months via standard. So let's rock and roll and see what we got first. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so this is Michael Jordan. This is the Raging Bull issue. This came out on May 15th, 1989. So kind of a vintage issue here for Jordan. One of his early covers. This is his 8th cover. Of course, Jordan was on cover 50 times. Let's go through the pop reports on this. There are 2 9.6s. There are 4 9.4s. There are 3 9.2s. I own this already at 9.4. I had projected this at a 9.4, so I kind of missed the boat on this one a little bit. It is a difficult one to get in a high grade. Something that I see a lot on these, it's not on this one, but for whatever reason, I see a lot on these. I see a lot that are miscut at the top, and like the date is like cut in half horizontally across the top, so you can't even read the date. So that's kind of something that I found on this issue, is that for whatever reason, during the printing process, there were a lot of miscuts on this cover, so really tough to get in a high grade. Anything Jordan 9.0 plus from the 80s is a big winner on this. So own this already at 9.4. Happy to add this one. Projected this at 9.4 and missed that one. So that's kind of a bummer, but still a great issue. Okay, up next. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, no. That is pretty good. This is Dr. J, Take That Boston. So this came out on May 31st, 1982, at the beginning of the playoffs. You got to think back in the early 80s, with Lakers, Celtics, obviously, but Dr. J Sixers were really pushing hard. Dr. J hadn't won a championship in the NBA, amazing player. People were kind of rooting for him. Now, this came out in 1982. The Lakers won the NBA Finals that year in 1982. It was 1983 when Dr. J and the Sixers came back and won the championship. And I'm pretty sure that was the last time the Sixers won a championship. Yeah, almost 40 years since the Sixers have won a championship. Ouch. Let's go through the pops on this. There are now 2 9.2s. So this, before today, there was 1 9.2. There's now 2 graded at 9.2. So this is a pop 1 of 2 with none higher. There's an 8.5, a 6.5, and some others out there. My projection on this, again, was a 9.4. So this one makes it within my window that I try to have of a plus or minus 1 grade tier in this. So nice Dr. J cover here from the 80s. There's a lot of great 80s basketball covers from Sports Illustrated, and that's certainly one of them. Okay, next up. Oh! Yeah, 8.0 is not great, but this is a rare issue, and let's talk about this. This is the Kobe How Far issue. So this came out on October 27th, 2008. This is a 1 of 6 variant cover. We take a look at that 1.8. So let's talk a little bit more about variant covers or regional variants. So Sports Illustrated started doing this a little bit in the 90s. I think their first regional variant was in 1993. It's essentially where they produce the same magazine for the whole country, but different regions of the country get a different color or different cover. So the inside is the same, but the cover on the outside is a little bit different. And my guess is Sports Illustrated did this just to sell more magazines. Because if I'm living in Boston and I've got somebody I've got somebody from the Celtics on the cover, I'm going to be much likely to pick that up off of the newsstand than if it's one national cover and it happens to be somebody, from the Bulls that week on the cover. So there were 6 different covers produced this week. There was a Kobe, there's a LeBron, very cool LeBron, Kevin Garnett, Durant, Dwight Howard, and Elton Brand. Those were all the 6 players on the covers. I think this is so for starters, 6 different covers. That's a lot of regional covers. Typically, when Sports Illustrated would do a regional variant, usually it was 2, maybe 3. Sometimes they go more. 6 is a lot. So this is a really rare, maybe the most rare Kobe Bryant cover. I know he's been on some other variants, but most of those have been 1 of 2 and 1 of 3 variants. So it's most likely that this was distributed strictly in the Los Angeles metro or, in the southwest part of the country, and that's it. So a pretty rare issue to find. Let's go through the pop reports on this. There's one 9.2. There's one 8.0. That's this one. There's a 6.0, and there's a few others out there. So 8.0, not the best grade for a modern issue, but a really rare issue and a really tough one to find of Kobe, which is why I wanted to get it graded. My projection on this one was an 8.0, so I was spot on that. But a cool issue of Kobe. Okay, got 2 left here. Let's see what we got. See, this one reeks of 80s to me. Late 80s, early 90s. That ad on the back. Okay. Take that. Not bad. Decent looking 8.5 there for a Mike Tyson cover. This is Mike Tyson, the Desert Storm cover. This came out on March 25th, 1991. Pops on this are 9. There's one 9.6. There's now one 8.5. So that's two in a row where I've got a pop 1 of 1 with only 1 graded higher. The Kobe only had 1 graded higher. This Tyson only has 1 graded higher. There's an 8.0 out there as well and some others. My projection on this was 9.0, so still within my window, but on the low side, unfortunately. So this came out after Buster Douglas. So this came out in 91. Tyson lost to Buster Douglas in 1990. Right after he lost to Buster, he fought a bunch of chumps for the most part, and including Donovan Ruddock. So this is who he's on the cover with Donovan Ruddock. He fought Donovan Ruddock twice, back-to-back fights. This one came out right after the first Ruddock fight in March of 91, and Tyson won by TKO in the 7th round. So very cool. Very cool issue. Mike Tyson Desert Storm, 8.5. All right. Okay, box. Not bad. Not bad. Last one. If I can pop a 9.8, all's forgiven, and it's a great box all of a sudden. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah. 9.6s on more vintage issues don't bother me as much. It's these modern issues like this one where the 9.6 just kills me. And yeah, I get it. Okay, I see there's a spine tick that breaks color. Okay, very condition sensitive issue. Lots of dark ink along the spine. You've got a full color background there, and you're probably not going to see it, but I'll give you, let's see if we can do it. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, good. Focused in right there. That's the problem. That's your spine tick that breaks color. That cannot be fixed in pressing. Once the color breaks on a magazine, it's always going to be broken, and you can't fix that. And that's why I got the 9.6. This is Andrew Wiggins' first Sports Illustrated cover. Came out on October 14th, 2013. This is a pop 1 of 1, none higher, 9.6. Not bad. There's a 9.0, and there's several others graded out there. I projected this one at a 9.6. Andrew Wiggins had himself a series last year, playing for the Warriors now, and he was integral in the NBA Finals last year, and a big reason why the Warriors ended up winning. This is, they did not, 2 things they did not do. They did not give me my first cover labeling that I requested. More importantly, they didn't give me the variant. Now, let's talk about variants again. The variant, Andrew Wiggins was on all the covers that week, but the variant were these kind of shadow players in the background. And you can see, I'm going to try and keep the glare out. You've got Manning there from when he played with Kansas, and then that's Wilt Chamberlain there. I think there are 4 or 5. I think there are 4 or 5 different covers with different different classic players in the background. So kind of a bummer that I didn't get my variant, but a real big bummer that I didn't get my Andrew Wiggins first cover. But this guy has got a great future in the NBA, and is, like I said, was a huge part of the Warriors last year and why they won. So 9.6 Wiggins. So let's recap. I had the Jordan Raging Bull. For me, that's the highlight of the entire box, is that 9.0 Raging Bull. The Dr. J, Take That Boston from 82, came in at a 9.2. The Kobe 1 of 6 variant was an 8.0. Mike Tyson Desert Storm was an 8.5, and then we wrapped it with this Andrew Wiggins first cover at 9.6. That's today's box. Really appreciate you watching. Go follow on social media, and we'll do it again. Thanks for watching.